Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome to McFarland's Corner. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guide, owner of McFarland Fishing, and your host of the Lake Fork Weekly Public Rundowns. I wish I had better news to tell you. Today is Thursday, and it's the 25th of April, and we're looking at about the 5th week or 6th week in a row of this roller coaster ride of the lake rising to 5-6 inches over pool, and then in a period of a few days dropping almost all the way back, and tomorrow we get flooding rain again. So it's Thursday, and we literally in one day went up 6 inches, 7 inches, and in 4 days we drop all of that, almost all of that, and now we're going to get hit again on Friday with potentially another inch of rain. And it's crazy. It's created a scenario on the lake where there are still a ton of fish, believe it or not, trying to spawn. And it's not just Lake Fork. I think Lake Fork's affected the most because the gates open up and the water drops. And when that water drops, it really stops those fish from moving in. But Bodark Lake, for example, there's a round of fish, a massive round of fish trying to spawn at Bodark. Very similar scenario. In the last few weeks, Bodark keeps rising. So the fish come in, dig a nest, and then the water gets too deep on them. It's risen about, I think, 6-7 feet to full pool. There are a ton of fish in Bodark, which is just north of Dallas, on nests right now spawning. That's awfully late in the season for that many fish. The deep water structure, for example, on Fork, doesn't have any fish there. I graphed the other day for many hours. I was by myself, so I took the time to just go study. And the deep water is loaded with bait, loaded with the right scenario, setup of food. Nothing there. Nothing with it. There should be post-spawn fish with that. And when I say deep water, I'm talking 10, 12, 14 feet of water. The constant onslaught. Not so much temperature. I've seen it in past years where we keep having really bad cold fronts that hold the water back, or water warms up and then the water gets knocked back cold repetitively for weeks and weeks. That was what last year was. This year it's just an overabundance of water. So I really wish that I could tell you more. What I can tell you about Lake Fork is a couple things. Number one, you need to be fishing shallow. Fish very, very shallow and just grind it out. When you get in an area that you do see fish or get a bite, you need to stay in that area. Frogs, top waters, small underspins, weightless flukes like the Lake Fork Trophy Lures Dasher. This is a great way to actually catch some fish right now on Fork, but then you're just going to have to grind. You're not going to catch a lot of fish in the course of a day, but if you'll take a little Texas rigged weightless Lake Fork Trophy Lures Dasher and you'll throw this in the junk, and I mean skip it like you would skip under docks. Skip up underneath the buckbrush and the junk, especially when the lake is over pool. Go. You can actually catch quite a few unders that way and have a good day catching fish. The big fish have just been hard to come by, and I'm not the only one that's saying that. Again, I really, really wish that I had more information to share with you about Lake Fork. A couple of good points is it's happening again all over. All the lakes are having some sort of flood issues. And all the species of fish are having that problem. The crappie want to move in and spawn. The shad want to move in and spawn. This does nothing but mess that up and hold that back and make them spawn in different ways, unorthodox ways. So it makes it a lot more challenging for us. And you just got to accept it. So again, tomorrow, Friday, another batch of rain and high winds. Saturday, extremely high winds. If you're coming out to Fork this weekend, stay sheltered, stay in the backwaters, grind it out, have fun fishing. If you really can't change your plans, maybe you're traveling, you come in here, be really careful running the main lake at 15 to 25 mile an hour winds with 38 mile an hour gusts. The lake can be very dangerous. I highly recommend that you maybe just go somewhere else for at least for the day, and then, you know, Saturday, go fish somewhere else. Go fish Lake Welsh, go fish Lake Athens. They're smaller lakes, they're not tore up from the wind. I would suggest you go fish Bodark, but it's pretty big and broad, 16,000 surface acres, and Bodark's going to be blown up by the wind. It's going to be pretty rough. There's no shelters. There's nothing there's no hiding from the wind in Bodark. So that's kind of what I got for you publicly. I think I gave you a crappie report the other day on Tuesday, but we'll go back over it again here real quick. Lake Fork crappie with Jackie Wiggins. Jackie has been saying that the crappie, you know, there's still a little bit of everything going on. There's fish up in 2 feet of water to 13 feet of water on timber and around grass lines. There's fish moving back out in 12 to 18 feet of water in deeper water. He's finding black crappie starting to pile up on the bridges, but not a lot. They're not loaded yet, but they're starting to get there. And that's a post-spawn pattern for the crappie. We also found some black crappie grouping under docks on sunny afternoons. And of course, just, you know, your hand-tied jigs, white and gray, white chartreuse, or light blue and gray colors seem to be best. And then, of course, if you're really struggling, you're not a soft plastics or a hand-tied jigs guy, just use your minnows. I got a few other things I want to share with you. We have been filming with the Texas Insider Fishing Report now for several weeks. Texas Insider Fishing Report with world-famous Captain Rick Murphy, Bree Gabrielle, and Dave Farrell. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy that every single week. And the show airs weekly on Bally Sports. Let me pull up where you can watch this. So we film on Tuesday nights, and then you can watch that show on Bally Sports Southwest and Space City Home Network, which is formerly the AT&T Network, AT&T Sports. Well, the reason I'm sharing this with you is that, listen, there's a lot of things that go on in the state of Texas. And you want some really good full information, whether it be going down on the coast. But the Texas Insider Fishing Report has 6 fishing guides, 3 coastal and 3 intercoastal. We cover the lower coast, middle coast, upper coast. And we cover the lower fresh, middle fresh, upper fresh. So the reports are very extensive. It's about an hour-long show. And again, it films every Tuesday and airs every weekend. Usually by Thursday, Friday, they're starting to air. Watch for those shows and learn a lot more than you learn here, certainly, because there's more guides and more information. And then also, I want to invite you to my members-only channel. My members-only channel shares even more information, much more detailed information about Lake Fork, if and when there is. Normally there is. Right now there is not. But I share a lot of other lakes. We share O.H. Ivy. We share Bodark, the newest lake. We share Lavon, Possum Kingdom, Hubbard, Palestine, Athens, Lake Welsh, and so on. Tawakoni. We share other species. We share crappie. We share hybrid stripers and white bass. We even share a lot of catfish reports. So if you really want more information than you get here publicly, just subscribe. Look in the description below this video. Click on the link, members only link, and come over. We'd love to have you. If you're struggling with that, you're not seeing the join, you're not able to by using the link, it's not working for you. You need to be on the Lake Fork Guides YouTube homepage. Go to the homepage and you'll be able to figure it out. It's pretty easy. But other than that, again, I wish that I could tell you more, and I know here's the cool thing. In the very near future, when this flooding rain stuff quits, the lake starts to stabilize and really warm up, and we're there. We're starting to get to the warm point. We have 60-degree nights, even though we have flooding the next week. We have 80-degree highs. The lake's going to warm up fast, and you're going to have a post-spawn bite. You're going to have top water, which is going to be awesome. Probably the whole month of May will be all top water bite, and then we'll start venturing into the jigs and the offshore worms. The fish will be, they're scattered right now. They will be grouped up, and we should experience some of the best fishing of the year still to come here at Lake Fork. More consistent fishing anyways, is what I expect. All right, so I appreciate you guys watching. Big shout out to all the sponsors as usual. Still waiting on the new banner. We have a new banner coming with all of the sponsors on it. And I'm very pleased the way that 2024 has set up with that. But I thank you guys as well for your subscription. Hit the like button if you found this good. Comment below. To those of you that are interacting, that means a lot. It helps the channel. It helps me understand that we're doing well when you're liking what you're getting. So please interact a little. Hit the like button. Even share it if you can. Other than that, I wish y'all great fishing. And again, one last thing. Remember, I said it once already, but I want you to be very careful this weekend if you're on Fork or any of the big-bodied lakes. 15 to 25 mile an hour sustained winds makes rough water. You can swamp your boat. A friend of mine just told me he was at Sam Rayburn and took 4 waves back-to-back over the bow of his boat and was sitting in waist-deep water in no time. That can really make for a bad day. So if you're on Fork with the stumps and the whole 9 yards, be extra cautious if you come this weekend. Saturday's wind forecast looks to be really rough. All right, thanks for watching. Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guy.